I think we have featured more hiking in this video than we ever have.
Plus, the wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Boats.
Then we gallop on over to some massive horse heads.
And cruise on to check out coastal caves. We're Casey, Rodney, and Salsa. Currently, we're traveling through Europe, navigating the Schengen Shuffle in our motorhome, Holland. We are sharing real travel life highs and the happy detours along the way. Please hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, make sure you bookmark our webpage, and follow us on Facebook at Empty Nest Adventures TV. Welcome to Scotland.
Woohoo!
And when we crossed into Scotland, it was kind of anticlimactic, as a lot of the other countries have been, because we were back on a backcountry road. There was a sign, so it wasn't like Wales where we just kind of came in and had no idea that we were there. We are camped here at the Paxton house.
Yes.
And it's a really nice campground area.
Oh yeah, very nice.
And has a house and gardens. We're getting ready to walk over to the garden, so we will
come with us.
We're here at the Walled Garden Caravan Park. We're getting ready to step out of the park, and just on the other side of the wall is a garden area that we're going to walk through, so you can see that. They also have a older house here that you can tour, and I think they even have boat tours for something as well too. So pretty interesting place to stay and camp. We decided to stay an extra day, mainly just because when we got here on our first day yesterday, Scotland welcomed us with its normal weather.
It's a little windy and rainy.
Yes, it was windy and rainy.
But the temperatures are nice and cool. We're not complaining about it because, that heat that we went through twice, 2 heat waves. So this is actually my dream sleeping weather.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Much more pleasant.
Yes.
In this weather.
Even though it's raining on and off and very windy and cloudy, but it's nice.
And also, when we first got here, there was an antique show that was wrapping up.
That was fun.
When we got here, and we got to see it. Mostly, we got to see people packing up their stuff.
Yeah.
So we didn't get any pictures or video of that because there wasn't a whole lot to really show. All right, so over here you can see this is the corner to the campground that we were just in, and the entrance to the garden area is just right here next to it. So we're just going to kind of stroll through and let you enjoy. It looks like they've got everything.
Oh, it
labeled.
Smells amazing. I can smell the roses, and that smells like a lilac. Looks like lilac. Oh, that smells so good. That is one thing about England. They have wonderful, wonderful flowers. That says that's lavender.
Yep.
And they've got chamomile. They've got an olive tree. Parsley. A blueberry tree. Thyme. Gooseberry. And this looks like it's some sort of Apothecary's rose. Oh, these are roses.
Yeah.
Traditionally used for medicinal syrups to treat colds, bronchials, sore throats, and skin problems. So this is like an apothecary garden.
All right, so you can see that the garden's behind us here. We're just continuing on down the trail, and we don't know what to expect.
Like I said, they have beautiful walking paths. They have them everywhere. They call them footpaths, and there's signs for footpaths everywhere.
Well, in fact, we've seen, like, on divided highways or dual carriageways.
Yeah.
We have seen where they have, like, crosswalks.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to imagine.
Will go crossing the highway.
Yeah, crossing a highway that we're doing 100 kilometers an hour.
Look at this bridge. This is the kind of stuff you see everywhere that when we've gone hiking or walking. Little stream. And see, we can also let the dog go on something like this.
Well, we think we can.
This is what other people do. So we're just kind of following suit. But when there's nobody else around, she can just walk off lead and sniff around till her heart's content. And we all know a happy salsa is a good salsa.
Well, and a tired salsa. So we're not at the end of the path, but it kind of winds here. So we decided that we're going to head back. But we found a house back in here.
In the middle of nowhere.
And some more gardens. And you might be able to spot the robot lawnmower back there mowing the lawn.
Oh, and they have up on top of the house, they have a dog on top of their chimney. It is awesome. It is so pretty.
Yep. So this has been a nice place to stay. Nice little hike for us.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Scotland.
Woohoo!
We had to backtrack a little bit to get some groceries and some fuel for Holly. And now we're back in Scotland in a much more prevalent location, I guess, or
yes.
Something more to celebrate than just a little sign off of a back road.
Yeah.
Where are we going to go in Scotland? Just have to keep watching to find out.
Yep.
We spent another night in Scotland here at Dalkeith, and it's just a parking spot with a very lovely park, as you can see. And it's actually unusual that there's only one dog out here playing right now.
Yeah, there's been so many. It's been beautiful. Salsa has had an absolute blast. This was perfect for her.
And we got our first kind of taste of Scotland scenery yesterday for lunch on our way here.
Oh my gosh, there was a castle. It's an old, broken down castle or whatever.
Ruins.
Castle ruins.
Yeah.
There we go. It was castle ruins and by the ocean with an island across from it that had a building on it. It was gorgeous.
Yeah. And there was a boat there
Absolutely
waiting.
gorgeous.
I don't know what they were doing, but but it was a very nice place to sit, and we had lunch there.
Oh, yes.
And then we came here. We spent the night. Despite kind of the description on Park for Night, we arrived at our usual time before 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
there was already
2:30.
one camper here. I think 2 camper vans and another camper showed up, and a caravan, which is a travel trailer that's parked next to us. And we all enjoyed a very quiet evening here until some of the dog walkers showed up. We heard car doors closing, but that was no,
it was wonderful. That there was no problem, and all the people come out here and they let their dogs loose and they throw balls and frisbees and all kinds of stuff. The dogs are all having so much fun, and it's so wide open that the dogs aren't fighting or anything. Salsa's doing her thing. There's dogs over there doing their thing. It's fantastic. Yep. It really is. It's beautiful.
Yep.
And the weather's nice.
Yes, the weather is very nice.
Today,
and we're hoping it's going to be very nice at our next location.
Tomorrow.
Because it is one of our kind of bucket list items.
Yes.
When we found out it was here, this was definitely something we wanted to visit. So
absolutely. There's 2 things there.
Yes. So you'll have to wait to see what those are. Our next stop is one of the items that became really a bucket list item, I guess you could call it that. When we found out. And it's kind of one of those engineering marvels.
Yes.
That's around that probably a lot of people don't know about. And it is called the Falkirk Wheel.
Right.
It's in Falkirk, Scotland, of all places.
Yep.
And so basically, you want to explain it or you want me to explain it?
It's a giant boat lift, Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Swappy thing.
Yeah. So basically what it does is that it kind of replaces a series of canal locks.
Yes.
Where you wouldn't be able to raise up the boat this high because of the elevation change in the water.
Right.
So it basically, you pull the boat into what they call the gondola.
And
another there's one at the top.
That pulls in.
Because that makes them equal weight. According to Archimedes' law, that's what they told us.
Yes.
And then they rotate. And they stay level at the same time because they said they would even slosh back and forth if they didn't have it set up so they would set level.
It was really, really cool. It was fantastic to watch at night.
Yes.
They light it all up. It looks beautiful at night.
Yeah. And so it raises, or it's about 25 meters tall, which is about 80 feet. So that's about how high it lifts up the boat. Now, as I mentioned, Archimedes' law, because as a boat pulls in, it displaces the amount of weight in water that the boat weighs.
It doesn't take a lot of electricity or a lot of power to move this thing.
So
Archimedes was a brilliant genius.
So the gondolas are equal weight. And I think they said it was like the equivalent of 11 pots of steam or something, 11 kettles of steam on a stove or something is what it took. So,
and this is something that I found fascinating because we did take a boat tour. We did it.
Yep.
One of the things I found fascinating was the Queen of England.
Mm-hmm.
She came to the inauguration.
The opening, I guess. Yeah.
The opening of the Falkirk Wheel. She christened it, but it was deemed not safe enough for the Queen.
For Her Royal Highness.
Yes. But everybody else has been on it. We've been on it and all that stuff, but they didn't let her go on it. So
and before we went on it, we actually had, I had a Scottish breakfast at the cafe. We ate there. And it's all glass up there, so you can see the wheel rotating.
You're watching it,
while we're sitting there eating.
It's very slow.
Yes, I think they said it took 4 minutes. To do a half a rotation, which gets you up to the top. So, and there was also a gift shop there, and Salsa picked herself out.
She got a gift. Well, Highland cows are called coos, COO, coo. She picked herself out in the gift shop. She went around and she sniffed, and then she just had to have a Highland coo. So, and now it's her second favorite stuffed animal.
And we also got postcards that we sent to the grandsons.
We did.
Yes,
we got some postcards and sent them to our grandchildren.
So they'll get some mail. So So on the boat ride, you get onto the boat, and then they load you into the gondola, and then, like we said, you take kind of the slow ride up. It takes about 4 minutes to get up there. And then you float down the rest of the canal, or part of the canal, for a little bit. And the surprise to me is that there was a tunnel. That we went. I've never heard anybody that's gone there or said anything about, you take the boat ride, you go through a tunnel.
You go through a big tunnel.
Yeah. So that was a neat surprise. And I guess the tunnel was under a castle.
Yes.
That we went to. And then there's another lock area that we approached, but that's where we turned around. Instead of going through the.
But there's lots of other boats coming, and there's a bunch of people who live in these boats or are traveling.
The long boats, I think.
Yeah, like we're traveling in the camper. They're traveling in these long boats, and they just dock themselves up on the side, tie off, and they stay in their boat, and there are even cafes on the side. It was really cool.
And of course we showed food that we ate.
Yes.
And
he ate.
And of course we got to end the segment with the obligatory Falkirk Wheel at sunset.
Yes.
That's what we're all about, is partially eaten food and pictures of the sunset. If you've kind of noticed that.
Did you explain what you had for breakfast? What it was?
Well, it was what they call a typical Scottish breakfast. I don't know if I can remember all of it.
It had haggis.
We knew we had haggis.
It had potato cakes.
Yes, it had the
potato scones.
The black pudding.
Black pudding.
And there was another kind of pudding too, wasn't there? I'm not sure if I remember the rest of it. So it was all very good.
Yeah. I even tried it, and I'm not real big on sausage.
I think there are a couple sausages in there too.
Oh, blood pudding.
Blood pudding. Yeah, that's what it was.
Blood pudding. Yes.
Yeah, it was very good.
It was good. I wasn't sure I'd like much of it, but I liked all of it. So it was very good.
So now we were fueled up for the next stop. I mean, we spent the night there because campers can park right with a perfect view.
Oh, they have a wonderful spot for campers.
Of the Falkirk Wheel.
Yeah.
And since we fueled up with that big breakfast, we could have walked the short 4-mile walk along the canal to the next stop.
That's what it says. Short 4-mile walk.
Okay, so we were just at the Falkirk Wheel, and you can take a short 4-mile hike to get to here at the Kelpies. We didn't hike it, we drove it.
Yeah.
So, but here we are
at the Kelpies.
At the Kelpies, these big, impressive horses. Yeah, so we visited the Kelpies on our way out of Falkirk, heading further north in Scotland. And so some background on them.
Yes.
They have names.
Baron and Duke.
Yes. And they are named after real Clydesdale horses that I guess they were modeled after. You'll see maybe from the pictures that the same canal that we were on with the Falkirk Wheel is the same canal that runs right between them.
Yep, right between the Kelpies.
And there's locks, I think, on either end of the little platform. Once again, the Queen came along and opened that part of the canal and the Kelpies and everything, and that was in 2017. So that was a few years later after the Falkirk Wheel.
Yeah, it was
opened.
their first.
So, and just to give you some scale, we'll probably have some pictures of us with them. But sometimes it's hard to tell just how massive
they're massive.
These were. So
they're massive.
They stand 30 meters high, which is about 100 feet. So they're 20 feet higher than what the Falkirk Wheel is.
It's 100 feet tall.
Yes. Yeah. And the two horses together are made of 928 individual stainless steel panels, which is pretty impressive. So, and it started being built in 2013 and opened in 2014.
Right.
And then the canal that went through it and everything opened a few years later.
Now, here's the thing. Because we film a little bit later, after we left.
Yes. Yeah, it was only a couple days after we left.
Yeah, it was a couple of days after we left out of there. They had a storm, and they had problems with the Kelpies flooded.
Yeah.
I mean, really flooded.
Yeah.
They even had to shut it down. At first, they said, okay, well, we have to shut down a particular parking lot and a particular area of the park where the Kelpies are.
Yeah.
And then the next day they came back and say, nope, the whole thing's shut down. We've got some repair work we have to do because it and
there was a big playground right nearby. I think it was called Helix or something like that. And that was closed as well.
Yeah.
And it was kind of wet when we were there, but it got a lot more.
It got a lot more
water.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned, that was just kind of a stop on our way out of town.
Yes.
And so as we got kind of further out into the more rural area of Scotland from there, you had a lavender field that you wanted to visit.
Yes. But another thing for Instagram lies, things aren't always what they appear. We went to the lavender field, but it was very small.
Yeah.
It was really like a backyard.
Wasn't as impressive as what we thought.
No, it was like a backyard garden.
Yeah.
And
I think they wanted like 10 or 20 pounds or dollars to get in and see it. So we just kind of drove around. I think he took a couple pictures and we took off. And as we were heading toward the next place that we were going to stay that night, we saw a couple bridges over Leven Loch, which lochs are lakes.
Yeah, Loch means lake
in Scotland. So that was kind of a neat little thing to see. So we got to what is called Park Windygate. It's just kind of another one of those lay-by places that you can park in. This one a little more structured in the parking spaces. It was right next to a traffic circle, so it was a little busy, but it quieted down at night. We didn't really have it. They had really nice flowers out front on the display and a nice little path to walk around. So it was a nice little spot to spend the night. So from there, we headed on up, and we were getting kind of to the coast. In that part of Scotland that we were at, and the first stop that we hit was I think they're called Wemyss Caves. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but I have this written down so I get it right because they are in the Firth of Forth and Fife. So I may even put that on the screen, see if you want to try to say it 3 times faster.
It's been funny having him practice that, saying that.
The Firth of Forth and Fife. Yes. So, and for those caves, we parked in a familiar spot, which was a cemetery.
Yeah. Neighbors are really quiet.
Yeah, things stay quiet while we're there. So we took a little walk down to the coast. Before we got there, there were some remnants of a castle.
Yes.
That had been just right there by where the cemetery was.
It's amazing, these castle remnants or these castles that were there. they're just, they're gorgeous. The stonework that they did way back when to build these.
Well, it's a testament to they don't build them like they used to.
Yeah.
I mean, these walls are after 800 years, so some of them. So
some of them even more than that.
Because we found out that what's happened to a lot of these castles is the people have removed the roofs so they don't have to pay taxes on them.
Yes.
Of course, that advances the decay.
When the decay started going is when and a lot of the stone houses that we see and things like that, they removed the roof. They, of course, emptied everything out of it. And then the family didn't want to pay taxes on it. They still own it, but they just didn't want to pay the taxes on the building. So if it doesn't have a roof, you can't tax them for the house. Yep. So they took a lot of these castles. They the families just took the roof off of them.
Yep. So, but we were there to see the caves.
Yes.
So we took the hike down along the coastline, and there were a couple of caves there. They weren't, like real deep or real, I wouldn't call them real, it was no mammoth cave or anything like that. No. But it was nice to see. We took a little time and sat out on the beach.
Yeah.
The water coming in.
The dog likes to sit and watch the water.
Yes. She didn't like to get in the water, but she likes to watch it. So, and we were not done with our little sightseeing or little hiking tours that day.
No.
Because closer to where we were spending that night was a place called Dunino Den. Mm-hmm. I think this was some place that you had found.
It is.
And it was back down this single lane road. And I mean, it was a single lane road where I don't know where you would pass each other if we came up across somebody.
There was no passing points.
So, and then there was another lane that we had to go up that got us up to the church.
Yeah.
And the church was pretty nice up there. That was up there. It had an old cemetery.
Really neat.
Yeah. So it was kind of a neat little place to park back in there.
They have the stone border around the stone fence around the cemetery with the old iron gates. And it's just, it's really cool.
Yep. So you have to go back into the woods to actually get into what is Dunino Den.
Right.
So we hike back down there, and technically, even after you do that, you're still not in it because you have these stairs that you have to descend.
Yep. To go down even further.
And so this area down in there is, I guess, considered a pagan.
Good evening, pagans. Don't forget your goat leggings.
You have to admire their techniques in crowd control. People against goodness and normalcy. Pagan. Pagan.
Or a druidic temple.
Druidic temple, yes. It used to be a druidic temple.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you go down the stairs, it was really narrow and rugged and kind of neat. And the dog, she's a mountain goat. She went right down, it took me a little bit longer. But you got to climb down.
Yep. So and once you get down there, there's an area down there that's it's kind of feels like it's below ground, like a basement with no ceiling or anything. And there's some carvings in the stone that we found a couple look like faces.
Yeah, there's faces
and some other things,
some symbols.
And then there was like a little altar kind of area where you could pay tribute, which you did.
Tree, and you were supposed to put a coin or a ribbon on it. Mm-hmm. So I put a quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The U.S. quarter.
So it's got a U.S. quarter. I'm sure there might be more than one there, but if there is one, that's probably ours. So, and that's because, it's just the Scottish kind of thing of the mystic and the magic and the
Celtic and the fairies, and you're paying tribute and making sure you don't anger the fairies.
Yep. So we thought that was probably enough hiking and moving around for the day. We did kind of come back through the cemetery and took a couple pictures of the cemetery before we
we kind of came up a back way through a field.
And we were headed toward another lay-by. Mm-hmm. This one is just south of St. Andrews. Mm-hmm. And you probably have heard of St. Andrews before because of the golf course and golfing.
And there are absolutely gorgeous golf courses here.
And a lot of them.
Yes.
For the fact that you probably only play about 3 months a year.
Right on the cliffs of the water. Yep. I mean, absolutely gorgeous.
Yep. And this lay-by was also across from a distillery.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't go over to the distillery. All the tours were pretty expensive to go to, and we're not big
drinkers.
Not big distillery, Scotch, whiskey, that kind of drinkers.
We're not big drinkers, plain and simple.
And it was a pretty quiet night. I think we had one other person that stayed there with us, so it was a nice little lay-by. So if you're keeping track, you've noticed we've had a few days that we've parked. So it's time for another Cousin Eddie birthday and other services to take care of.
We need the services.
So we went kind of backtracked a little bit, not too far, to Camp Silverdyke, which was a pretty nice campground. It was very near the water. There was like a road and some other stuff in between the beach, but you could see the water if you could peer over the hedges. But it was a nice camping area.
Very nice.
Very, very busy. Yeah, wasn't a whole lot of spaces left.
We're really getting into tourist season in Scotland, where we've hit it at the perfect time. The weather has been really nice. And when you think of Scotland and United Kingdom, you think rain, lots and lots of rain. Well, there's lots of clouds and stuff like that, but they're fast moving, and then the sun's out, and then it's been really nice weather for Scotland.
Yes, we've enjoyed very nice weather, and that's where we will end this edition of Empty Nest Adventures
TV.